Hey, happy Monday. We are recording from May the 29th. Just a reminder, I had asked yesterday that someone wanted to know how I'm choosing the verses or the passages that we're covering this year. And the truth is that I found a list. It was posted online by Wayne Grudem, who is an incredible theologian, and he made this list of 53 verses and passages that should be memorized. And as I shared early in the year, that we're not really going to try to memorize all these, but we want to treasure these verses and these passages in our heart. So today our passage is a 2-verse passage from James chapter 4. Therefore, submit to God, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Draw near to God, and he will draw near to you. Cleanse your hands, sinners. Purify your hearts, you double-minded. Now, these are just great verses. I love these 2 verses because actually I love the book of James. These are great verses from a great book. James is Jesus' half-brother, and James is the leader of the Jerusalem church, and this book was probably written very early after the resurrection. And so these are very specific, direct. James hits you like a Gatling gun. Man, he's shooting at you because he's giving us imperatives and instruction. And so on Wednesday nights right now at our midweek worship, we are doing the book of James, and we're just working through it just piece by piece, and I'm enjoying it. And so these verses come up very timely in a way that as we consider James 4, 7, and 8, that we understand that James is giving us specific instruction to direct and guide and lead us in life. You see, James was so close to our confession of faith that we talked about last week. You see, that James was the brother of Jesus, and that he didn't believe in Jesus while Jesus was alive, but Jesus appeared to him in the resurrection, and James believed. So the first command here is to submit to God. It follows the verses preceding this in verse 6 and above that there's a warning against pride and an encouragement to humility. You see, submission is an act of humility. You see, God gives grace to the humble, are the words that directly precede verse 7. So then we get into the therefore. What's it there for? You see, this act of humility before God, submission. God gives grace to the humble. We'll submit to something. Some people will submit to anything, quite honestly. Some people will submit to the world. Some people will submit to their own desires. Some people will submit to the devil. See, what we're called to do as the body of Christ, as followers of Jesus, is to actively submit to God continuously. See, prayers of submission should be regular. Our prayers of submission should be every morning. We submit to your plan, God. We submit to your design today. My prayer of submission is pretty much the same every morning. Not that I repeat it just rotely and without meaning, but today, God, help me to want what you want for me. See, that's a prayer of submission. James 4, 7, and 8 says, therefore, submit to God, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Draw near to God, and he will draw near to you. Cleanse your hands, sinners, and purify your hearts, you double-minded. See you next time.